Hello and welcome to this introductory session regarding the International Teaching Competency Certificate with me, Phil Neild.
And me, Dr. Mark Evans.
Okay, the International Teaching Competency Certificate, the ITCC, what is it? Well, quite simply, it's a new and innovative teaching accreditation program designed especially for people employed at international schools seeking recognition for their teaching ability. You'll agree that there's quite a gap between what kind of qualifications that teachers are able to get, specifically in a country like Egypt with a bit lower wages, and the PGC and the IPGC is not financially viable for the vast majority.
I think that's one of the exciting things about the ITCC is the fact that we've been able to create a program that works at a much lower cost than anything else that is available on the market. And the IPGCSE is a very expensive and very onerous program. This is a much more snappy, innovative program that allows people who would not be able to afford or don't have the time to access the longer accreditation program. This will actually help people who are working in schools now to get certification to recognise their abilities.
I agree 100%. So who is this aimed at? Who is it for? It is designed for any teacher or experienced teaching assistant who is currently employed at an international school in Egypt.
And we imagine that this is actually a very large number of people because we know Phil in particular has been in Egypt for a long time and I'm in and out of Egypt maybe, well, before coronavirus, certainly at least once a month. We know that there are some very, very good teachers and teaching assistants who are not getting recognition, partly because the school maybe is not applying for accreditation or the school is not of a level that they're ready to apply for accreditation yet, but individual teachers in the school definitely are. So this is designed to help those teachers.
So what are the benefits for the teachers or the experienced teaching assistants of doing the ITCC? Individual teachers will benefit from obtaining a certificate from Penta International, which is a globally recognized and accredited educational company. This not only enhances their personal satisfaction, it also helps separate them from the rest when it comes to seeking a new job. And to get into the elite and better schools in Cairo, you know, it's pretty competitive, and this is going to really help teachers to do so.
I think it'll be a material help to teachers who are wanting to climb the ladder, either within their own school or with other schools locally, even overseas. They will have a certificate that is recognised and accredited, and as the slide says, separate them from the rest of the people who are applying for jobs. So I think it's although of course it's an investment of money now, it's potentially an investment that will see a big return.
I also think it's, you know, it's gaining recognition for them as teachers, quality teachers, you know, which they can't otherwise probably find. Yeah,
absolutely. And I mean, the market is going to become more and more competitive over the next few months and years. So for sure, this would help them with that.
Okay, but it's not only going to benefit teachers, it's also a massive benefit potentially for schools. International schools can purchase groups of lessons observations at a discounted rate. And what a better way to attract parents in a highly competitive market than being able to actually demonstrate the quality of teachers in their school by enabling them to obtain the ITCC.
Absolutely. I imagine that some schools will very quickly start advertising the fact that they have a set group of teachers within the school that have already passed through the teaching competency certificate, and that will have a definite attractiveness to potential parents who, of course, it is a very difficult job to try and choose the best school for your children. And if you know the quality of teaching in a particular school, that's got to be a great benefit to the school and to the parents.
And again, financially viable for the school in terms of one or two extra parents pays for a huge number of accreditations from the ITCC.
Yeah, I think this is, again, an investment that will see a major return for the school.
Okay, let's moving on now to what are the criteria for success for passing the ITCC. There are 6 essential criteria and 12 desirable criteria which are assessed in the observed lesson. These are based on the UK government teaching standards, and a candidate will pass if all of the essential criteria are demonstrated in the lesson and at least 8 of the desirable criteria are seen. We've been in international education for a long time, seen a lot of teachers, and we pretty much know quite quickly whether someone's a competent teacher or not. But these criteria are formalizing the process and taking the subjective judgment out of it. So it becomes quite transparent and the teachers know what they have to do to be able to pass.
You're right, Phil, they are formalizing the process, but they're leaving enough flexibility in the process too. And that hence the 8 out of 12 of the desirable criteria, because not every teacher teaches in the same way, and we wouldn't argue that they should. Teachers should be teaching from their own motivations, their own passions, and their own abilities. So having the requirement for 8 out of 12 of the desirable criteria leaves enough flexibility for teachers to be true to themselves. And I often say to teachers before observations, don't try and do anything different. Don't try and play a different game that you don't know as well as the normal one. Do what you normally do it very, very well.
No, I agree, that's 100%. We want to see people relaxed and actually produce the best they can. Okay, so what is the process? We've ensured here that the process is extremely simple. And here it is. You fill out the details on the website. Obviously, you've got to pay online. And then together we confirm the time and date of the assessed lesson. You would then email your detailed lesson plan to us 72 hours in advance of the lesson. The assessor would come and observe the lesson, so you can demonstrate your teaching ability. And then hopefully you pass, and then you very simply receive feedback on the 3 greatest strengths of the lesson that we saw, and your certification. It can't be simpler than that.
And we're anticipating, because of its simplicity, that it will actually be quite a speedy process as well. Yeah. So rather than waiting a long time for any feedback and for your certificate, that the whole process will be done within a month. And actually we're aiming for less than that.
Yeah, I think that's a vital thing, that some of the other qualifications take a long time. We're looking to demonstrate efficiency and get you certified as soon as possible. Okay, who are we? Who are Penta International and Horus Education Limited? If you want to talk about Penta, Mark.
Absolutely. Well, Penta was founded nearly 25 years ago. We've been inspecting schools since then. We started off just in England and then started working overseas. We're now by far the biggest inspectorate for British schools overseas. But we also work in American curriculum schools, Indian curriculum schools, Pakistani curriculum schools, Filipino curriculum schools, really all sorts of schools, independent schools, and some government schools across the world. I personally have worked in, I think it's 67 different countries in schools, and we continue to be licensed by the British government as we have been since 1996.
Okay, and I'll just explain, Horus Education Limited is the Cairo-based educational consultancy which I founded in 2016 and operates the Cairo Education website, and I will be coordinating all the activities on the ground, the assessors, and the phone calls and the logistics. So together we should make a good team. Okay, so how much does it cost? For individuals, it's £300 British, and for schools, a group of 10 inspections or observations costs £2,000 British.
I guess it's worth saying, just being upfront about this, for individuals and schools both, if the fee has not been paid in advance, then the observation will not happen. We can't operate on the model where you promise to pay us at some mysterious time in the future. So think of us almost like a cash economy. Even though you'll be paying online, we need the payment in advance because we have to be organised, ready to come to your school.
Yeah. How do I register? Well, it's very simple. Please sign up via the following link, which is www.penta.co.uk/ITCC. And just to let you know, the initial observation dates available in Egypt are intended to be the 13th of September to the 1st of October inclusive. That means we will be going to Hurghada, we will be plan to go to Alexandria and other places around there. So please, it's not just a Cairo-based program. And unless you've got anything else to say, Mark, I would just like to say thank you for the time.
Not at all. I was just going to encourage people to sign up, because although we have a large pool of potential observers, in the end we have to limit the number of slots that we have available during that 2-week period. So the sooner you sign up, the more likely you are to be registered.
To confirm your place. That's great. So for more information, you can either go to our Facebook page, which is there at International Teaching Competency Certificate. You can email me, itcc@cairoeducation.com, or you can go onto the website to www.penta.co.uk/ITCC, where all the information and things like frequently asked questions you can find there. But if you do have any queries, please do get in touch. Pass this on to your friends, and we hope that this will enable international teachers in Egypt to gain the recognition that they deserve.
Absolutely. We're looking forward to meeting you.
All the best. Thank you for listening. Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.